We are all set for takeoff. The heading 337 is the runway heading of runway 34. We set the speed to 225. Change here to 225. And the runway course for runway 27 at Mumbai 270. The Juhu runway is very short. Technically, you can't really take off a commercial jet, a 737. We have set the flap to 10 since it is a very short runway, and we will try to take off at a slightly lower speed. This is 34 heading. So we will go this heading into the Arabian Sea. Then we will take a 10 to 180. This is the runway on which we will be coming and landing, runway 27. Now from here, somewhere here, we will take a 10 on heading 090. And at about 12 nautical miles, we'll take a heading of 310. Please note that. So you can see how do we do that in the plane. This is the runway heading at Juhu, 337. Then we take a 10 to 180, then 090, then 310. 310, and at this point, we will intercept the ILS and plane will turn to the runway center line. Okay, back into the cockpit. This is the flap which was set at 10. The landing brake we will now release. The ILS frequency for runway 27 is set 1110.30. 1110.30. Now, for taking off, we'll release the parking brake. We will increase the throttle and keep watching this speed. When the speed reaches around 135, we will pull the yoke and give a pitch up, and the plane will lift off. We will keep watching this flight director, vertical and horizontal, and fly the plane accordingly. And when the plane is stabilized, we will switch over to the autopilot. Okay, now let us go. I have switched the plane to the autopilot. Now we will take the landing gear up and take the flaps back. We are on the right. Now we will take our 180 heading. you can see the plane is now turning to 180 heading. This is the Arabian Sea. You can see the plane is turning. This was the runway heading. Now the plane will turn 180 in this direction. And from here, we'll go parallel to the runway, take a 310 heading, intercept the center line, come and land. That's right. Now we will make a heading change, 090. Now let us look at how we came. The runway heading at Juhu 337, we took a turn to 180, then we turned 090 east. Now we are turning to a heading of 310 to intercept this center line of the runway. This heading we will be continuing, and when it intercepts at this point, this is a runway center line. The plane will, the ILS will let the plane turn by itself to the runway center line. We will activate the approach button now for capturing the ILS. The plane is turning by itself to the heading of 270, that is the runway heading. Then the plane will align itself with the center line of the runway. Now, a few important things as we prepare for our landing. This diamond here is the localizer, which is the center line of the runway. The plane, as you have seen, has already captured the runway center line. This diamond here is the glide slope, shown here glide slope, which gives the vertical descent profile. Once the glide slope is captured, the altitude will automatically start reducing. The speed we will have to manually reduce for each flap position to a final landing speed of approximately 138. So in preparation for the landing, we will start lowering the flaps slowly, and for each flap position, we'll keep reducing the speed. We will change the brake position to 2 for Bombay. It's a sunny day. We'll keep watching the speed of the engine. And now you can see on this MFD, the plane is on a heading of 269, which is the runway heading for runway 27. Okay, now let us resume our flight. If you closely watch, each flap position has a particular speed. I'm doing it from memory. Now at 175, we are in flap 30. Now at 162, we'll be in full flap. And then we will go to the landing speed of 138. That's the most important part manually done in the commercial flight. Now you can see the landing gear is down. We have the green light here. And this is the speed breaker is now armed. Speed breaker is the flap on the top of the wing, which will open up. You can see the runway here. And this is the Arabian Sea. We have just crossed the Thane Creek. And this is the Washi Bridge, I believe. The landing gear is down. The runway is coming closer. Arabian Sea. Everything we keep watching. You can see the flap is set for full. The radio is set correct. The spoiler is on. The throttle is set right. We are at 1100 feet above runway level. And speed is set 138. We are 3.8 nautical miles to the runway. Touchdown here. We are
500.
the synthetic voice will be calling out the altitudes till we touch down, and also if there is any significant information.
400. 300. 100. 50. 40. 30. 20. 10.
Now, if you carefully look at, you can see at around 40 to 50 feet, I gave a flare. That is, I pulled the yoke, pitch up little, 4 degree approximately, 3 to 4 degree approximately, to give a pitch up so the plane slowly sinks on the rear wheels. If it touches down on the front wheel will break. So this is one maneuver which is done manually. After that, we are opening up the reverse thrust. What it does here is it reverses the airflow. The normal airflow is going out, which gives the reactive force to move forward. Now, when the airflow is reversed forward, it assists in slowing down and braking the plane. Once again, carefully look at the landing for the flare.